Saya menjemput Yang Berhormat Datuk Seri Haji Fatimah Abdullah, Menteri Pembangunan Wanita Kanak-kanak dan Kesejahteraan Komuniti untuk menyampaikan ucapan penggulungan.
Terima kasih Tan Sri Datuk Amar Speaker. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Salam sejahtera. Salam Ibu Pertiwiku. Tan Sri Datuk Amar Speaker, I would like to acknowledge the presence of a strong group of women NGOs, members from public and private sectors, as well as the officers and staff from my ministry who are present in the Dewan this afternoon for my ucapan penggulungan. Saya ingin memulakan ucapan penggulungan saya ini dengan menzahirkan ucapan terima kasih kepada Tuan Yang Terutama Yang di-Pertua Negeri Sarawak atas ucapan pembukaan Mesyuarat Pertama Penggal Kedua Dewan Undangan Negeri Sarawak yang ke-19. Antara perkara yang wajar kita jadikan inspirasi dalam memperjuangkan kebajikan dan kesejahteraan rakyat ialah pencapaian dan kejayaan yang telah kita capai dan nikmati bersama dalam bidang ekonomi, politik dan sosial dalam tempoh 60 tahun merdeka. Saya yakin pengorbanan, perjuangan serta usaha sepanjang 60 tahun yang telah dilakukan oleh pemimpin-pemimpin Sarawak sebelum ini juga menjadi pemangkin yang terus menginspirasikan Yang Berhormat Premier Sarawak untuk melakar visi baharu bagi Sarawak melalui kepimpinan dan strategi pembangunan yang berwawasan jauh dan berani. Sebagai seorang strategis ekonomi, beliau secara cekap telah memperkenalkan mekanisme baharu untuk mencari dan mengenal pasti sumber baharu bagi meningkatkan pendapatan Sarawak demi menjanakan kelestarian ekonomi, kelangsungan hidup rakyat yang berdigniti, bersatu padu dan sejahtera. Sehubungan itu, saya ingin mengucapkan tahniah kepada Yang Berhormat Premier kerana bijak menyantuni kepercayaan rakyat dengan ikrar berani dan tindakan pragmatik bagi mengubah lanskap politik, ekonomi dan sosio-budaya Sarawak supaya menjadi sebuah wilayah ekonomi yang maju dengan berpendapatan tinggi dan masyarakatnya hidup sejahtera serta bersatu padu menjelang 2030. Tan Sri Datuk Amar Speaker, Kementerian Pembangunan Wanita, Kanak-kanak dan Kesejahteraan Komuniti, pencapaian bidang keberhasilan utama. Sukacita dimaklumkan bahawa ucapan penggolongan ini akan dibahagikan kepada 3 bahagian utama, iaitu 1. Pemerkasaan wanita dan keluarga, 2. Pemerkasaan kanak-kanak dan 3. Pensejahteraan komuniti. Seperti yang telah kita mulakan pada tahun 2018, ucapan ini akan disertakan dengan paparan slide bagi memudahkan lagi ahli-ahli Dewan Yang Mulia ini mengikutinya. Saya amat bangga melihat Menteri Utiliti dan Telekomunikasi Sarawak, Menteri Pelancongan, Industri Kreatif dan Seni Persembahan, Menteri Belia, Sukan dan Pembangunan Usahawan Sarawak dan Menteri Industri Makanan, Komoditi dan Pembangunan Wilayah Sarawak yang juga telah menggunakan slides dalam pembentangan ucapan mereka. Jadi kami ingin ucapkan syabas dan tahniah. Pertama, pemerkasaan wanita dan keluarga, empowering women and family, initiatives, support system and resources. Definisi equity. Equity recognizes that some individuals and groups have historically faced barriers and disadvantages that prevent them from achieving the same outcomes as others, while equality means treating everyone the same way regardless of their differences. Tan Sri Dato' Amar Speaker, satu daripada tindakan jitu Kerajaan Sarawak dalam merealisasikan aspirasi pembangunan mapan tersebut ialah komitmen terhadap usaha memperkasa pembangunan wanita dan keluarga supaya mereka dapat menyumbang dan terlibat secara bermakna dalam setiap agenda pembangunan Sarawak. Penubuhan Biro Wanita pada tahun 1988 yang kemudiannya dinaik taraf sebagai sebuah jabatan pada tahun 2015 merupakan inovasi pengurusan bagi memperkukuhkan keupayaan jentera pelaksana kementerian dalam merancang dan melaksana pelbagai program, aktiviti dan inisiatif yang memberi fokus kepada pemerkasaan, kesaksamaan dan kesamaan terhadap wanita, women empowerment, equity and equality. Usaha-usaha ini dilaksanakan secara berterusan dengan tujuan untuk meningkatkan kesejahteraan sosio-ekonomi wanita dan keluarga di Sarawak, menyediakan sistem sokongan, support system, sumber daya dan peluang selaras dengan visi Jabatan Wanita dan Keluarga Sarawak, iaitu Wanita Berdikari Keluarga Lestari. Ianya juga seiring dengan strategi pembangunan pasca COVID-2030 PCDS 2030 untuk menjadikan Sarawak maju secara inklusif dengan persekitaran lestari menjelang 2030. Usaha-usaha yang dilaksanakan ini juga adalah bertepatan dengan matlamat pembangunan lestari pertubuhan bangsa-bangsa bersatu, Sustainable Development Goals of the United Nations, SDG 2030. Antara usaha strategik yang telah dilaksanakan oleh KPWK melalui JWKS ialah menyediakan sistem sokongan pengupayaan bagi memperkasa wanita dan keluarga. Melalui usaha ini mereka mampu berdikari dan memiliki keupayaan untuk membuat pilihan, menyedari hak dan mempertahankan maruah diri demi kesejahteraan keluarga dan masyarakat. Pada tahun ini, JWKS meneruskan fokus kepada agenda pemerkasaan wanita dalam ekonomi dan kepimpinan agar wanita boleh berdikari dan meningkat kualiti hidup diri dan keluarga mereka. Pemerkasaan ekonomi wanita. Untuk memperkasa ekonomi wanita, melalui JWKS, Kementerian meneruskan inisiatif pengupayaan kapasiti dengan mengadakan beberapa aktiviti di bawah program latihan kemahiran dan bantuan keusahawanan seperti Jelajah Kerjaya Wanita Sarawak, Women Skills Training dan bantuan Ketua Isi Rumah Wanita Sarawak. Di bawah Jelajah Kerjaya Wanita Sarawak, siri pertama telah dilaksanakan di Kuching pada 4 dan 5 Mac 2023 dengan kolaborasi agensi kerajaan dan swasta bagi menyediakan maklumat tentang peluang pekerjaan, job opportunities, pendaftaran lesen perniagaan dan bantuan perniagaan. Pada hari tersebut, seramai 258 orang wanita telah memohon pekerjaan secara terus dengan para majikan dan seramai 8 orang daripada mereka telah mendapat pekerjaan on the spot, manakala 142 orang lagi dipanggil untuk temuduga kali kedua. Seramai 615 pengunjung pula telah menerima pelbagai khidmat nasihat, manakala 100 permohonan bantuan perniagaan daripada usahawan wanita telah diterima oleh agensi-agensi yang terlibat. Seterusnya, Women Skills Training, WST. Pada tahun ini, Women Skills Training, WST, kursus jahitan pakaian, kulineri, kecantikan dan spa dan urut masih diteruskan secara bersemuka dan atas talian yang melibatkan sebanyak 151 sesi dengan sasaran seramai 4,075 peserta. Setakat April 2023, as of April 2023, sebanyak 32 sesi kursus telah dilaksanakan. Selain memastikan peserta dapat menambah pengetahuan dan kemahiran baharu, JWKS turut memantau kemajuan pendapatan peserta, monitor their income, dan mendapati daripada 687 peserta yang dilatih, 306 peserta, that is equivalent to 45%, telah berjaya menggunakan kemahiran tersebut untuk menjana pendapatan. Bantuan Ketua Isi Rumah Wanita Sarawak atau KIRWAS. Sukacita saya memaklumkan Dewan yang mulia ini tentang hasil pemantauan bantuan KIRWAS seperti yang dilaporkan pada Dewan Undangan Negeri yang lepas. Seramai 503 daripada 590 usahawan, that is equivalent to 85%, telah berjaya menjana pendapatan melebihi RM1,169, melebihi PGK. Melebihi PGK RM1,169. Susulan kejayaan ini, Yang Amat Berhormat Premier telah bersetuju untuk meluluskan bantuan geran modal pemerkasaan wanita bernilai 2.5 juta dan ini dijangka memberi manfaat kepada 2,500 wanita tahun ini. Jadi kami ingin mengucapkan terima kasih kepada Yang Amat Berhormat Premier. Terima kasih daun keladi. Penglibatan wanita dalam kepimpinan. Selari dengan agenda SDG 5, Gender Equality and Empower Women and Girls dalam sektor politik, ekonomi dan kehidupan awam. Kementerian melalui JWKS akan meneruskan 2 program kepimpinan, iaitu Women Leadership Program dan Leadership Bootcamp for Youth untuk zon selatan, tengah dan utara Sarawak. Program ini bertujuan mengasah kemahiran insaniah pemimpin dan pemimpin pelapis wanita Sarawak dan mengembangkan potensi kepimpinan dalam kalangan pelajar wanita di sekolah menengah dan institusi pengajian tinggi. Tan Sri Dato' Amar Speaker, pemantapan institusi keluarga. Institusi keluarga merupakan tunjang kesejahteraan negara. Justru pelaksanaan kursus-kursus pemantapan institusi keluarga adalah signifikan diteruskan dengan kerjasama pelbagai agensi dalam mengukuhkan kesejahteraan dan kelestarian keluarga. Bermula pada tahun ini, Kementerian melalui JWKS telah berkolaborasi dengan Lembaga Penduduk dan Pembangunan Keluarga Negara atau singkatannya LPPKN, mengadakan siri pertama daripada 3 siri kursus keibubapaan modul Mutiara Kasih pada 15 April 2023 di Kuching. Kursus keibubapaan ini bertujuan mewujudkan persefahaman dan komunikasi berkesan antara ibu bapa dan anak remaja bagi membentuk remaja yang berdisiplin dan berdaya tahan. Di program kesedaran, keselamatan dan hak wanita, bagi tujuan meningkatkan kesedaran, kefahaman dan pengetahuan tentang hak, perundangan dan keselamatan wanita dan keluarga Kementerian melalui JWKS telah bekerjasama dengan pelbagai agensi mengadakan kursus Know Your Rights, Family and Women Safety, kemahiran asas menolong dan Pocket Talks. Pocket Talks siri pertama adalah atas tajuk peranan hak wanita dan keluarga selepas perceraian. Telah diadakan pada 28 Mac 2023. Ini melibatkan seramai 122 peserta dengan kerjasama Jabatan Kehakiman Syariah Sarawak. Pengiktirafan Sumbangan Wanita Sarawak. Sambutan Hari Wanita Sarawak 2023. Pada tahun ini, sambutan Hari Wanita Sarawak telah diadakan pada 18 Mac 2023 di Penview Convention Centre, Kuching dengan tema Embrace Equity. Majlis sambutan ini telah diisi dengan satu sesi forum Embrace Equity, pelancaran buku Sarawak, Women in Scholarly Writing, Volume 2, dan sebagai kemuncak sambutan Hari Wanita 23, penyampaian anugerah tokoh wanita Sarawak iaitu Anugerah Premier Sarawak, kepimpinan wanita, keusahawanan wanita, penggiat sosial wanita, pencapaian khas wanita dan pertubuhan cemerlang. Kehadiran jemputan secara fizikal di majlis ini melebihi 1,000 orang dan turut diikuti oleh penyertaan daripada 45 pejabat daerah dan beberapa rakan strategik jabatan dalam kalangan NGO secara maya. Sempena Hari Wanita 23, Yang Amat Berhormat Premier telah mengumumkan persetujuan kerajaan dengan cadangan penubuhan kursi kepimpinan wanita Sarawak yang kelak akan ditempatkan di salah sebuah institusi pengajian tinggi tempatan. Penerbitan buku Sarawak Women in Scholarly Writing Volume 2. Lanjutan daripada penerbitan buku Sarawak Women in Scholarly Writing Volume 1 pada tahun 2022 yang menampilkan 26 personality. Pada tahun 2023, JWKS menerbitkan buku Sarawak Women in Scholarly Writing Volume 2 yang mengetengahkan 25 orang lagi personality wanita Sarawak yang terlibat dalam bidang akademia. Buku ini telah dilancarkan sempena sambutan Hari Wanita 2023. Official launch of Women Practicing Resilience, Self-Care and Well-Being in Academia, International Stories from Lived Experience book. As a recognition and acknowledgement of the contribution of Sarawak women in the publication of stories of resilience, self-care, and success from a diverse range of women in academia from 8 countries across the world, in collaboration with Sarawak Women and Family Council atau MWKS. JWKS jointly organized the official launch of the book entitled Women Practicing Resilience, Self-Care and Well-Being in Academia, International Stories from Lived Experience. The book was launched on May 2nd, 2023 at Tegas Digital Village by the Honourable Deputy Premier Yang Berhormat Datuk Seri Professor Dr. Sim Kui Hian. Also in attendance was our Tan Sri Dato' Amar speaker. Thank you very much for the support. At the heart of this book lies the dedicated involvement of 4 exceptional Sarawak women who have served as both editors and part authors. Nombor 2, pemerkasaan kanak-kanak, empowering children. Initiatives support system for safety and well-being of our children. Early childhood and education has significant impacts on children's development. Thus, Sarawak government puts strong emphasis on access, equity, quality early childhood care and education, or ECCE, and the children well-being. We study and benchmark ECCE systems and policies across different regions and countries, such as Finland, Singapore, Japan, New Zealand, and Australia. Thus, various initiatives and programs have been implemented for the benefit of our children in Sarawak, mainly Endowment Fund Sarawak, or EFS. A recent survey by Ringgit Plus revealed that 70% of Malaysians saved less than 500 ringgit monthly in 2022, or did not save at all, including for the education of the children. This makes the Endowment Fund Sarawak, EFS, introduced by the Sarawak government in 2019, even more significant. To date, with 91.16 million allocated by the government, 91,163 children have owned Endowment Fund Sarawak accounts. B. Grant Tahunan Khas, or GTK. Bagi membantu pengusaha institusi pendidikan awal kanak-kanak yang berdaftar terus dapat memberi perkhidmatan asuhan, bimbingan dan pendidikan awal kanak-kanak yang berkualiti, kerajaan meneruskan pemberian GTK yang telah dimulakan pada tahun 2019. Setakat April 2023, sebanyak 57.5 juta ringgit telah yang dibelanjakan telah memberi manfaat kepada seramai 290,621 kanak-kanak. C. Subsidi yuran tadika dan taska. Bagi terus membantu meringankan beban keuangan ibu bapa berpendapatan rendah tahun ini, Kerajaan Sarawak telah memperuntukkan sejumlah 2.5 juta untuk melaksanakan inisiatif subsidi RM1,000 setahun yuran pengasuhan dan pendidikan awal kanak-kanak. Ini dijangka memberi manfaat kepada seramai 2,500 kanak-kanak yang tidak menerima subsidi yang disediakan oleh Kerajaan Persekutuan. Ia dapat membantu anak-anak terus menikmati asuhan dan didikan berkualiti di taska dan tadika yang berdaftar sementara ibu bapa bekerja. Permohonan subsidi yuran ini telah dibuka mulai 13 Mac sehingga 10 April 2023 dan kini sedang dalam proses penilaian dan pembayaran akan dibuat kepada pengusaha IPAKK oleh Kementerian. Tan Sri Dato' Amar, Speaker. One Stop Early Intervention Center, or OSIC. One Stop Early Intervention Center, or OSIC, yang ditubuhkan pada tahun 2020 memberi akses kepada diagnosis, intervensi dan rehabilitasi di bawah satu bumbung kepada kanak-kanak berkeperluan khas selari dengan aspirasi keterangkuman sosial di dalam PCDS 2030. Yuran yang dikenakan hanya RM50 untuk 4 sesi sebulan. Sehingga Mei 2023, seramai 577 kanak-kanak telah mendapat manfaat daripada perkhidmatan yang disediakan. Kejayaan yang dilakar oleh OSIK Sarawak di Metro City Matang telah menguatkan semangat kementerian untuk memperluaskan perkhidmatan OSIK bagi manfaat kanak-kanak berkeperluan khas, termasuk di kawasan luar bandar. OSIK Dalat di Kompleks Kebajikan Dalat adalah model OSIK luar bandar pertama yang telah mula beroperasi sejak 1 Mac 2023. Dalam tempoh 2 bulan perkhidmatannya, seramai 20 kanak-kanak telah berdaftar yang berasal dari Sibu, Mukah, Oyak dan Dalat. Sebelum ini, perkhidmatan intervensi awal bagi kanak-kanak untuk kawasan ini hanya boleh didapati di Hospital Sibu ataupun di Agape Center Sibu. Seterusnya, empowering the rights of the child. It is disheartening to see stateless children denied of access to education, health care and welfare services. Education is a basic right stipulated under the Universal Declaration of Human Rights 1948, United Nations Conventions on the Rights of the Child, UNCRC 1989, and Sustainable Development Goals, SDG 2030. Sehubungan itu, Kerajaan Sarawak mengambil inisiatif untuk mengeluarkan dokumen sementara individu tanpa kewarganegaraan di Sarawak atau D6, khusus untuk membolehkan kanak-kanak mendapat akses kepada perkhidmatan pendidikan dan kesihatan. Setakat April 2023, sebanyak 594 permohonan telah diterima dan daripada jumlah tersebut, sebanyak 86 permohonan kumpulan pertama telah diluluskan oleh Jabatan Premier Sarawak. More to come. Di samping itu, kementerian juga rancak mempertingkatkan kesedaran dan advokasi mengenai isu dokumen pengenalan diri dan permohonan D6 melalui 115 siri berbagai program outreach seperti Randau Pembangunan Sosial, Randau Solidarity Community, Randau Kesejahteraan Community dan lain-lain program anjuran rakan strategik kementerian yang dirancangkan pada tahun 2023. Consistent with our emphasis on basic rights of a child to education, irrespective of their nationality, our government has agreed to the establishment of community learning centers or CLC for children of Indonesian plantation workers. To date, there are 16 registered CLCs with 890 children. We would like to recognize the good work done by Persatuan Destiny for Children in Sibu and Persatuan Pendidik Di Wira in Kuching in providing access to education for stateless children in Sarawak. Pensejahteraan Community, Social and Welfare Support System for Community Wellbeing, Initiatives, Support System and Additional Resources. Sebagai usaha menyokong aspirasi PCDS 2030 yang bertunjangkan kelestarian ekonomi, keterangkuman masyarakat dan kelestarian alam sekitar, kementerian menempatkan pensejahteraan komuniti sebagai teras dalam penyampaian perkhidmatan sosialnya. Sehubungan ini, kementerian menyantuni kumpulan berkeperluan semua peringkat umur, status sosioekonomi dan kepelbagaian etnik supaya mereka berpeluang menyumbang kepada kesejahteraan dan menikmati hasil kemakmuran ekonomi berpendapatan tinggi. Tan Sri Dato' Amar Speaker, bagi tujuan meningkatkan kesejahteraan sosial masyarakat di Sarawak. Pada persidangan kali ini, saya ingin menarik perhatian Dewan Yang Mulia ini kepada pendekatan bagi menangani isu-isu sosial, menyediakan sistem sokongan sosial dan mengukuhkan perpaduan. Menangani isu-isu sosial dalam komuniti. Sukacita dimaklumkan, Kementerian terus komited untuk menangani kesemua 14 isu sosial utama yang telah dibangkitkan dalam persidangan yang lepas. Untuk persidangan kali ini, laporan kementerian tertumpu kepada isu penyalahgunaan dadah dan substans. Melalui kolaborasi dan kerjasama dengan rakan-rakan strategik Majlis Pembangunan Sosial, kementerian komited menjalankan tanggungjawab collective responsibility, menangani isu penyalahgunaan dadah dan substans. Isu ini dikategori oleh Kerajaan Sarawak sebagai satu isu keselamatan negeri yang telah menjejaskan kesejahteraan komuniti dan juga didapati menjadi punca utama kepada isu sosial lain seperti keganasan rumah tangga 83%, masalah keluarga 70%, jenayah harta benda 68% dan kesihatan mental 52%. Kementerian telah menubuhkan tadbir urus One Stop Committee OSC bagi menangani isu dadah dan substans MITS di peringkat negeri, di peringkat daerah dan di peringkat bidang kuasa penghulu di Sarawak mulai 2018 untuk melaksanakan program dan intervensi secara bersepadu bersama agensi awam, NGO, ketua masyarakat dan komuniti setempat. Sejak ditubuhkan, sebanyak 678 siri operasi dan program bersepadu isu dadah telah dilaksanakan di peringkat daerah. Melalui OSC MITS, kementerian telah menyalurkan peruntukan sebanyak 7.9 juta sejak 2018 sehingga April 2023 untuk menyokong usaha-usaha rakan-rakan strategik bagi melaksanakan program dan aktiviti operasi penguatkuasaan bersepadu bagi mengurangkan penawaran dadah dan substans. Pengesanan dan pencegahan penyalahgunaan dadah bagi mengurangkan permintaan terhadap dadah dan substans. Rawatan dan pemulihan penyalahgunaan substans secara berterusan dalam komuniti. Pendidikan pencegahan penyalahgunaan dadah bagi meningkatkan kesedaran dan advokasi dalam komuniti yang belum terjebak. Dan mengukuhkan lagi tadbir urus dan fungsi OSC MITS peringkat daerah dan Biro MITS kawasan penghulu di Sarawak. Sejak 2018 hingga April 2023, Sarawak merekodkan 51,842 tangkapan berkaitan berbagai kesalahan penyalahgunaan dadah dan substans. Dan daripada jumlah tersebut, sebanyak 37,190 tangkapan bersamaan dengan 71.7% adalah melibatkan kesalahan mengguna dan menagih dadah. Kejayaan agensi-agensi penguatkuasaan, enforcement agencies, dalam usaha membantras pengedaran dadah dan substans di Sarawak wajar diiktiraf dan dihargai. Antara 2018 hingga April 2023, dadah bernilai 74.01 juta telah dirampas oleh Polis Diraja Malaysia PDRM dan Jabatan Kastam Diraja Malaysia JKDM di Sarawak. Nilai rampasan mengikut tahun adalah pada tahun 2018 7.92 juta, 2019 9.89 juta, 2020 19.98 juta, 2021 20.75 juta, 2022 7.73 juta dan Januari hingga April 2023 7.74 juta. B. Harta pengedar bernilai 21.84 juta telah disita oleh PDRM dan C. Seramai 3,651 pengedar dadah telah ditangkap oleh PDRM dan JKDM di Sarawak. Dalam sesi Dewan Undangan Negeri November 2022, saya telah melaporkan nisbah 1/7 pengguna dadah yang tidak mendapat rawatan dan pemulihan dan mensasarkan indeks yang lebih rendah pada tahun 2023. Today, we are pleased to report that Sarawak has achieved our KPI, that is a ratio of 1:6 in March 2023. This is better than the international average of 1:7 reported by United Nations Office for Drugs and Crimes, UNODC, in 2022. B. Sistem sokongan sosial, kebajikan dan perkhidmatan, rujukan intervensi. To address pertinent social issues affecting vulnerable groups, the Ministry is also embarking on specific integrated social support and intervention programs and facilities in the community under the 12th Malaysia Plan, Sarawak Government Budget and PCDS 2030. Specific programs and projects implemented by our ministry to provide evidence-based integrated social support, welfare and intervention referral services in the community for vulnerable groups affected by social issues at the Community Social Support Center or CSSC, Tempat Transit Gelandangan TTG dan Desa Bina Diri DBD, Pusat Pemulihan Samarahan PPS, institusi-institusi warga emas dan kanak-kanak, grant for NGO empowerment and social development intervention awareness and advocacy programs. These specific social intervention activities are vital for vulnerable groups to sustain their social functionality, dignity, and well-being. Community Social Support Center, CSSC. Sukacita saya ingin memaklumkan bahawa Community Social Support Center Kuching sudah beroperasi pada 3 Januari 2023. Setakat 30 April 2023, pelbagai program dan rujukan intervensi sosial telah dijalankan. Ianya juga menjadi pusat bagi NGO untuk menyumbang secara aktif kepada golongan rentan dan memerlukan. Antara program yang telah dilaksanakan adalah A. The Soup Kitchen that is funded through donations in cash and kind from corporate bodies and philanthropies has provided free breakfast and lunch to 12,228 urban hardcore poor and the needy. This is from 3rd of January to 30th of April 2023. The food bank provided dry rations and food baskets to 378 needy individuals, and 23 social cases were reported for intervention referrals from our strategic partners involving NGOs, with 4 cases fully resolved. Di samping itu, pelbagai aktiviti intervensi sosial dan kebajikan turut dijalankan di CSSC Kuching. Antaranya adalah 63 saringan, penilaian, kaunseling individu dan konsultasi melibatkan 34 klien yang dikendalikan oleh AADK, Agensi Anti Dadah Kebangsaan, Mental Health Association Sarawak, MHAS, dan Pejabat Kesihatan Bahagian Kuching. 20 aktiviti perancangan intervensi sosial bagi tahun 2023, kesedaran dan advokasi, pencegahan, kaunseling kelompok dan program pembangunan kapasiti telah dilaksanakan. 6 perkhidmatan kaunter satelit dan khidmat nasihat dikendalikan oleh rakan strategik dari agensi kerajaan dan NGO seperti Jabatan Kebajikan Masyarakat Sarawak, Pejabat Residen dan Daerah Kuching, Majlis Pembangunan Sosial Sarawak, Women for Women Society, the Society for Kuching Urban Poor dan Kuching Food Aid. 2 sesi drum circle therapy melibatkan 147 peserta yang dikendalikan oleh fasilitator dari JKMS. 3 siri aktiviti corporate social responsibility, anjuran anonymous corporate and philanthropist telah memberi manfaat kepada 300 peserta sempena Tahun Baru 2023, Tahun Baru Cina 2023 dan Ramadan Iftar tahun ini untuk meraihkan gelandangan ibu tunggal, warga emas dan golongan miskin di sekitar Bandar Raya Kuching. The uniqueness of CSSC Kuching has also courted visits from Minister of Home Affairs, Ministry of Women, Family and Community Development Malaysia, the United Nations Children Fund or UNICEF, and various NGOs. The one-of-a-kind integrated social and welfare support components and services under one roof in the CSSC is an outcome of benchmarking visits to New Zealand in 2017, to Finland in 2018, and to Singapore in 2019. Seterusnya, tempat transit gelandangan. Sebagai maklumat terkini, tempat transit gelandangan Sibu telah beroperasi sepenuhnya sejak Februari 2022. Bagi menangani isu gelandangan di bahagian-bahagian lain, sukacita dimaklumkan bahawa tempat transit gelandangan TTG Miri di belakang Pejabat Daerah Miri yang lama sedang dalam proses pengubahsuaian bangunan oleh Majlis Bandaraya Miri dan dijangka siap pada Disember 2023. TTG Bintulu, tempat transit gelandangan Bintulu, lokasinya di tepi jambatan Sungai Sebiu. I hope I have pronounced it correctly, ya, Tan Sri Dato' Amar Speaker. Sedang dalam proses pembinaan bangunan oleh Lembaga Kemajuan Bintulu dan dijangka siap pada bulan Mei 2025. Sejak TTG Sibu beroperasi mulai Februari 2022 hingga Mei 2023, seramai 87 orang gelandangan, 87 homeless, 65 lelaki, that's equivalent to 75%, dan 22, equivalent to 25% perempuan, telah menggunakan perkhidmatan TTG. 9 orang telah mendapat pekerjaan. 9 of them have been employed. 3 orang ditempatkan di RSK Sibu, Rumah Seri Kenangan Sibu dan Kuching due to age factor. 15 masih mengikuti latihan kemahiran menjana pendapatan. 12 orang telah kembali ke pangkuan keluarga masing-masing dan selebihnya telah meninggalkan TTG secara sukarela. Semua gelandangan ini telah kita rekodkan dan profilkan. Tan Sri Dato' Amar Speaker, who would ever thought of teaching the homeless basic literacy and numeracy skills, or teaching them living skills such as weaving, hydroponic gardening, and fish rearing? But that is exactly what we did at TTG Sibu to prepare the homeless for integration into the community. Antara kisah kejayaan penghuni TTG Sibu adalah Cik Ani Anak Mail berumur 56 tahun yang sekarang ini telah kita lantik menjadi tenaga pengajar. We call her Cikgu Ani. Beliau telah dilantik menjadi tenaga pengajar anyaman kepada rakan-rakan penghuni TTG. Hasil kraftangan beliau dan rakan-rakan telah dipasarkan di 12 stesen minyak Petroleum Nasional Berhad, Petronas, sekitar Sibu. Selain daripada pemerkasaan ekonomi, penghuni TTG Sibu turut dilatih dalam kemahiran membaca, because they don't know how to read and write. Jadi kita latih dengan kemahiran membaca, menulis dan mengira dengan kerjasama Pustaka Negeri Sarawak yang sedang mengendalikan program literasi golongan dewasa dengan bantuan Methodist, Pillay Institute dan College Laila Taib. TTG juga menjadi platform bagi aktiviti-aktiviti kesukarelawanan melibatkan NGO, institusi pendidikan, komuniti rukun tetangga dan JKK setempat di Sibu. Sejak pengoperasian TTG Sibu, sebanyak 79 siri program kesukarelawanan telah dilaksanakan. Antara rakan strategik korporat TTG Sibu adalah Petronas dan Bintulu Port Authority, termasuk YB Pelawan yang turut menyumbang dana dan barangan keperluan harian. Fasiliti dan perkhidmatan sokongan bagi pengendalian kes kanak-kanak, khusus bagi menangani isu-isu sosial melibatkan kanak-kanak. Kementerian melalui JKMS menyediakan perkhidmatan pegawai akhlak dan pelindung serta institusi perlindungan, pemeliharaan dan pemulihan bagi membantu kanak-kanak daripada pengabaian, penderaan dan eksploitasi. Mulai Januari 2022 sehingga April 2023, JKMS mengendalikan sebanyak 1,466 kes menurut Akta Kanak-kanak 2001 yang merangkumi 403 kes pemeliharaan dan perlindungan, Seksyen 17, 638 memerlukan perlindungan segera termasuk 622 kes hamil luar nikah, Seksyen 41. 41 kes kanak-kanak tidak terkawal bawah Seksyen 46 dan 384 terlibat dengan jenayah, Seksyen 91. Daripada jumlah tersebut, seramai 82 telah diperintahkan oleh mahkamah bagi kanak-kanak untuk ditempatkan ke institusi kebajikan seperti rumah kanak-kanak, asrama akhlak, sekolah tunas bakti, sekolah Henry Gurney Puncak Borneo dan Taman Sri Puteri. Bagi membantu penghuni Sekolah Henry Gurney Puncak Borneo yang mempunyai masalah pembelajaran dan buta huruf, Kementerian telah menyalurkan dana geran pemerkasaan NGO RM20,000 kepada Persatuan Disleksia Sarawak bagi membantu penjara Puncak Borneo menganjurkan 2 siri program meningkatkan literasi bahasa Malaysia yang memanfaatkan 21 orang penghuni. Di samping menyediakan fasiliti perlindungan dan pemeliharaan, Kementerian juga telah menambah bilangan pegawai akhlak dan pelindung daripada 25 kepada 47 orang. Dan dari 2022 sehingga April 2023, bilangan pengurusan kes kanak-kanak yang dikendalikan adalah sebanyak 1,466 kes. Kesan penambahan ini, kita dapat mencapai nisbah 1:31, ya. Maknanya 1 pegawai kepada 31 kes yang memenuhi piawaian antarabangsa, iaitu 1:15 hingga 35 kes. Dengan adanya penambahbaikan nisbah ini, kebajikan dan kesejahteraan kanak-kanak adalah lebih terjaga. Kesukarelawanan dalam kesejahteraan komuniti. Dalam ucapan Tuan Yang Terutama Yang di-Pertua Negeri Sarawak sempena pembukaan Mesyuarat Pertama bagi Penggal Kedua Persidangan Dewan Undangan Negeri Sarawak yang ke-19, Tuan Yang Terutama Tun telah memuji penglibatan badan bukan kerajaan, syarikat dan individu dalam melaksanakan program dan bantuan kebajikan untuk rakyat. Kami di pihak kementerian juga mengalu-alukan penglibatan mereka ini demi melestarikan kesejahteraan komuniti rentan. Geran pemerkasaan NGO sebanyak 8.9 juta sejak tahun 2020 sehingga Mei 2023 telah disediakan oleh Jabatan Kebajikan Masyarakat Sarawak dan MPS, Majlis Pembangunan Sosial. Kementerian turut memberi pengiktirafan kepada NGO yang cemerlang setiap tahun melalui majlis berprestij seperti sambutan Hari Wanita dan sambutan Hari OKU peringkat negeri. By empowering NGOs with financial assistance, the ministry can reach out to wider target groups amongst vulnerable communities for a shared responsibilities to address pertinent social and welfare issues in Sarawak. Di peringkat individu, seramai 1,341 sukarelawan JKMS telah dilatih dan terlibat aktif dalam memberi perkhidmatan sokongan sosial. Daripada jumlah tersebut, seramai 258 petugas program khidmat bantu di rumah, Home Help Services, bertanggungjawab menyantuni seramai 1,018 klien yang terdiri daripada 794 warga emas dan 224 orang kurang upaya. Aktiviti dan program intervensi sosial. Kementerian melalui MPS telah melaksanakan beberapa signature outreach programs seperti Randau Pembangunan Sosial, Randau Solidarity Community, Wacana Minda, Wacana Bestari, Dialog dan Bengkel bagi pengurusan isu sosial yang diberi fokus. Sejak tahun 2016 sehingga 2022, Kementerian telah melaksanakan sebanyak 964 siri program intervensi sosial melibatkan 1,189 122,000 peserta dan 33 buah agensi pembangunan sosial dan NGO yang berkaitan. Pada tahun ini, tahun 2023, sebanyak 309 siri program outreach dirancang untuk dilaksanakan. Selain itu, kementerian kami juga menyantuni komuniti rentan dengan membangunkan 4 panduan pengurusan isu sosial di Sarawak, iaitu panduan pengurusan kes remaja hamil, panduan pengurusan pengangkatan anak, panduan pengurusan one-stop committee bagi menangani isu dadah dan substans, dan panduan pengurusan gelandangan. Seterusnya, kesejahteraan warga emas. Kerajaan telah menyediakan kemudahan rumah pelindungan untuk warga emas seperti Rumah Sri Kenangan 2 RSK, Pusat Aktiviti Warga Emas 13 Pawe, Pusat Perkhidmatan Warga Emas 15 PPWE, bantuan keuangan bulanan warga emas sebanyak RM500 sebulan, 20,112 orang penerima bantuan warga emas ini, dan kad diskaun yang digunakan oleh rakan strategik untuk pemegang kenyalang Gold Card yang berjumlah 253,535 orang. Seperti yang telah dilaporkan dalam persidangan Dewan Undangan Negeri lepas, cadangan kementerian untuk melaksanakan satu kajian Research on Preparation for an Aging Nation, the profile of and aging issues affecting the elderly in Sarawak, telah mendapat persetujuan dan kelulusan sebanyak 1.4 juta daripada Yang Amat Berhormat Premier. Sekali lagi kami ingin mengucapkan terima kasih kepada Yang Amat Berhormat Premier. In the meantime, the Ministry is looking into effective policies and good practices by our neighbour, Singapore, for healthy, active, productive and positive aging, intergenerational approaches and evidence-based activities and programs for their elderly that could be adapted to Sarawak. On the issue of KGC application raised by Ahli Yang Berhormat Pending, although the Ministry has embarked on online KGC application through iSarawak Care beginning September 2022, all welfare officers, including those in Pejabat Kebajikan Masyarakat Bahagian Kuching, still accept manual application. In fact, PKMB Kuching do provide counter services to assist applicants applying online. The public are also encouraged to register their Sarawak ID, as currently there are more than 60 government online services accessible through the Sarawak ID, including iSarawak Care. This year alone, as of April 2023, we have received 2,285 applications manually and 1,954 online. Program Sejambak Kasih, signature program Kerajaan Sarawak, di mana pada musim perayaan penerima bantuan bulanan JKMS diberi tambahan RM100 secara one-off. Pada tahun 2022, Kementerian telah membelanjakan 5.5 juta dan setakat Mei 2023 sebanyak 5.3 juta telah dibelanjakan untuk tujuan yang sama. Seterusnya, pengurusan bencana. Angin berhembus sesayup bayu, mentari merah di ufuk senja. Sarawak makmur, negeri maju, rakyat sejahtera, kebajikan dijaga. Kerajaan GPS merupakan kerajaan yang prihatin. Kerajaan yang sentiasa bersama rakyat, lebih-lebih lagi ketika rakyat ditimpa musibah seperti bencana banjir, kebakaran, tanah runtuh, ribut dan kemarau. Sejumlah 9.2 juta telah dibelanjakan bagi membantu 130,822 mangsa bencana. Pada tahun 2022, JKMS telah membantu mangsa banjir seramai 74,534 mangsa dengan perbelanjaan sejumlah 3.9 juta. Mangsa kebakaran seramai 2,461 mangsa dengan perbelanjaan 3.2 juta. Mangsa kemarau seramai 52,223 mangsa dengan perbelanjaan sebanyak 1.8 juta. Mangsa ribut seramai 690 mangsa dengan perbelanjaan 200,000 dan mangsa tanah runtuh seramai 914 mangsa dengan perbelanjaan sejumlah 100,000. Bagi tempoh Januari hingga April 2023, JKMS telah membelanjakan sejumlah 3.5 juta untuk membantu 57,130 mangsa. Untuk memantapkan kesiapsiagaan menghadapi bencana, JKMS menyediakan 4 depo simpanan keperluan bencana, 2 di Samarahan, Kuching dan Miri, 16 buah stor bencana di PKMB dan daerah, dan 27 pangkalan hadapan bencana di seluruh Sarawak. Berhubung dengan cadangan ahli yang berhormat bagi mewujudkan pusat kecemasan bencana di kawasan beliau, Kementerian mengambil maklum hal ini dan akan mengadakan perbincangan dengan Jawatan Kuasa Pengurusan Bencana Negeri, Sarawak Disaster Management Committee SDMC untuk meninjau kesesuaian bagi mewujudkan pangkalan hadapan bencana. Penamatan bantuan bulanan kebajikan. Saya ingin merakamkan ucapan terima kasih kepada ahli yang berhormat bagi Macan atas keprihatinan beliau berkaitan penamatan bantuan bulanan kebajikan JKMS di Dun Macang. Kementerian mendapati dalam kalangan 68 penerima yang telah ditamatkan bantuan tersebut adalah atas sebab berlakunya perubahan pendapatan isi rumah, tidak melapor diri dan gagal dikesan. Sukacita diingatkan bahawa mereka boleh memohon semula kepada Pejabat Kebajikan Masyarakat Daerah Kanawit. Seterusnya, pengukuhan perpaduan. Perpaduan dan integrasi adalah antara tunjang utama untuk mencapai kestabilan politik, kemampanan ekonomi dan keharmonian sosial sejajar dengan aspirasi PCDS 2030. Perpaduan tidak datang bergolek. Ia perlu dipupuk secara sedar dan disemai dalam setiap ahli komuniti bermula dari usia dini. Untuk tujuan tersebut, Kementerian sejak 2020 telah menganjurkan program Randau Solidariti Community dengan kolaborasi Jabatan Perpaduan Negara dan Integrasi Nasional Negeri Sarawak serta rakan-rakan strategik berkaitan dengan Majlis Pembangunan Sosial Sarawak. Sebanyak 60 siri randau telah dikendalikan dalam komuniti setempat yang terdiri daripada pelbagai kaum, etnik dan kumpulan umur. Pada tahun ini, Kementerian merancang untuk melaksanakan 30 siri lagi program randau Solidarity Community dengan harapan perpaduan dan solidariti dalam kepelbagaian kekal terpelihara di bumi kenyalang yang kita cintai ini. Tan Sri Dato' Amar Speaker, dalam konteks merealisasi dasar Sarawak First atau utamakan Sarawak, kestabilan politik di bawah kepimpinan yang amat berhormat Premier Datuk Petinggi Tan Sri Dr. Abang Haji Abdul Rahman Zohari bin Tun Datuk Abang Haji Openg yang berwawasan jauh, inovatif dan kreatif dalam menambah pendapatan untuk Sarawak melalui re-engineering revenue. Kecekapan pengurusan dan tadbir urus yang telus dan berintegriti dan penyantunan keperluan kebajikan rakyat Sarawak secara insani, humanized, dan berpaksikan nilai ihsan, belas kasihan, adalah pemangkin utama kepada pembangunan ekonomi yang lestari, pewujudan masyarakat berbilang bangsa, budaya dan agama yang mapan, dan kelangsungan hidup yang berdigniti. Sehubungan ini, kebersamaan semua pihak pemegang taruh dalam bidang politik, ekonomi dan sosio budaya di Sarawak dan kesepaduan sokongan politik dari Kerajaan Perpaduan di Putrajaya adalah penting dan perlu diperjuang dan dipertahankan secara cekal dan berani. Perpaduan, kebersamaan dan keterangkuman sama ada bersifat dalaman atau antara wilayah adalah amat kritikal kerana kesemuanya merupakan tunjang dan pemangking teras kepada usaha melonjakkan kadar pembangunan infrastruktur, memperkukuhkan penyediaan dan peningkatan kualiti kemudahan asas dan mempercepatkan pemulihan ekonomi pasca dan melangkaui era COVID-19 untuk kewujudan yang berdigniti untuk semua. Dalam kata lain, demi kelangsungan bangsa Malaysia yang berintegriti dan bermaruah, dan demi kemajuan dan kemakmuran Sarawak yang lestari dan mapan, sekarang adalah masa yang sangat sesuai untuk kita sama-sama menyemarakkan lagi semangat perpaduan dan perasaan sayangkan negara dan memupuk amalan hidup berteraskan prinsip-prinsip rukun negara. Kita perlu menginsafi bahawa membina sebuah negara bangsa yang berjiwa besar di mana semua rumpun bangsa dan suku kaum saling menghormati dan menghargai kepelbagaian dan turut memiliki rasa sepunya bukanlah mudah. Ia mengambil masa bergenerasi. Sarawak tidak terkecuali. Justru adalah menjadi tanggungjawab kita semua untuk memperkukuhkan iltizam melalui usaha strategik kerajaan GPS dan komitmen politik kerajaan perpaduan. Seruan tuan yang terutama yang di-Pertua Negeri Sarawak sempena pembukaan Mesyuarat Pertama Dewan Undangan Negeri Ke-19 agar kerajaan perpaduan, kerajaan perpaduan dapat segera menyelesaikan tuntutan Sarawak selaras Perjanjian Malaysia 1963 MA63, laporan IGC Perlembagaan Sarawak dan Perlembagaan Persekutuan adalah sangat relevan. Devolution of power beserta komitmen pentadbiran penggubalan undang-undang dan penyaluran peruntukan yang diyakini akan mempercepatkan Sarawak mencapai status wilayah maju menjelang 2030 hendaklah diteruskan. Tan Sri Dato' Amar Speaker, berkaitan dengan pengurusan hal-hal kebajikan rakyat di Sarawak adalah perlu diketahui dan ingin saya tegaskan semula bahawa lanjutan daripada persetujuan Yang Amat Berhormat Perdana Menteri Malaysia dan Yang Amat Berhormat Ketua Menteri Sarawak pada 20 Januari 2016 untuk menurunkan beberapa kuasa pentadbiran hal-hal kebajikan kepada Kerajaan Negeri Sarawak. Surat kelulusan perjawatan SKP telah diterima pada 2 November 2016. Walau bagaimanapun, pada 5 Disember 2016, SKP ini telah ditangguhkan pelaksanaannya kerana melibatkan isu keuangan. Pada 24 September 2022, permohonan untuk pelaksanaan pengambilan jawatan ini dibangkitkan semula dalam Mesyuarat Perhubungan Jabatan Perkhidmatan Awam Malaysia JPA bersama Kerajaan Negeri Sarawak. Sebagai langkah susulan pada 16 Januari 2023, Kementerian Pembangunan Wanita, Kanak-kanak dan Kesejahteraan Komuniti KPWK telah mengadakan kunjungan kehormat terhadap Yang Amat Berhormat Datuk Seri Haji Fadilah bin Yusof, Timbalan Perdana Menteri yang dipertanggungjawabkan untuk menyelesaikan hal-hal tertunggak mengenai MA63 bagi menegaskan keperluan segera supaya pelaksanaan DOP, Devolution of Power itu diteruskan secara konkret. Ini adalah bagi memastikan penstrukturan semula, penyelarasan organisasi, pengurusan dan pentadbiran hal-hal kebajikan tidak lagi wujud keterpisahan di antara perkhidmatan negeri dan persekutuan, sama ada dari segi perjawatan, keuangan ataupun personel. Yang korek itu kendi, yang merah itu saga, yang cantik itu budi, yang indah itu bahasa. Sebagai Menteri KPWK, saya ingin mengucapkan jutaan terima kasih kepada semua pegawai dan kaki tangan KPWK, warga JKMS dan warga Jabatan JWKS yang terus komited untuk menyantuni kumpulan sasar dalam merealisasi aspirasi PCDS 2030. Saya ingin juga menzahirkan penghargaan khusus kepada wira-wira kementerian yang jarang didendangkan komitmen, penglibatan dan pengorbanan mereka dalam menyantuni keperluan kebajikan rakyat secara insani dan berpaksikan nilai-nilai ihsan semasa berlakunya bencana seperti kebakaran, banjir, kemarau, tanah runtuh atau semasa menyantuni pelbagai kes yang melibatkan keselamatan, kebajikan dan kesejahteraan rakyat. Jadi hari ini saya terpanggil dalam Dewan Undangan Negeri ini untuk mengucapkan jutaan terima kasih kepada mereka. Kementerian juga merakamkan setinggi-tinggi penghargaan kepada semua rakan strategik terdiri daripada agensi-agensi kerajaan, badan-badan swasta, NGO, pemimpin peringkat akar umbi dan orang perseorangan seperti yang kita senaraikan dan kita paparkan di atas skrin. Mereka ini telah banyak membantu dalam pelaksanaan pelbagai program dan aktiviti kami. Together, we care for Sarawak. We care, we share. Saya juga ingin mengucapkan terima kasih kepada pihak kepimpinan dan pengurusan tertinggi Perkhidmatan Awam Sarawak yang diketuai oleh Yang Berhormat Setiausaha Kerajaan Negeri, Yang Arif Peguam Besar Negeri dan Yang Berbahagia Setiausaha Kewangan Negeri kerana telah memudahkan lagi kementerian melaksanakan tadbir urus hal-hal berkaitan dengan kebajikan dan kesejahteraan rakyat secara cekap, telus dan berintegriti. Saya ingin merakamkan ucapan tahniah kepada Tan Sri Dato' Amar Speaker kerana seperti lazimnya telah mengendalikan persidangan dengan cekap dan berhikmah. Saya mewakili kementerian ingin mengucapkan selamat menyambut Hari Gawai Dayak 2023, Gayu Guru, Gerai Nyamai, Lantang Senang, Nyitu Menua. Saya dengan hormatnya menyokong penuh usul penghargaan atas ucapan Tuan Yang Terutama Yang di-Pertua Negeri.
Ahli yang berhormat, dengan hormatnya saya menjemput Yang Berhormat Datuk Seri Profesor Dr. Sim Kui Hian, Timbalan Premier dan Menteri Kesihatan Awam, Perumahan dan Kerajaan Tempatan untuk menyampaikan ucapan penggulungan.
Thank you very much, Tan Sri Speaker. Tan Sri Speaker, first and foremost, together with other ahli-ahli yang berhormat in this August House, I wish to record my sincere appreciation and thanks to Tuan Yang Terutama Yang di-Pertua Negeri Sarawak for his address during the opening of the first meeting of the second session of the 19th sitting of the Dewan Undangan Negeri Sarawak on 15 May 2023. I would like to thank Yang Amat Berhormat Premier of Sarawak for also allocating funds to all agencies under my ministry for the various infrastructures and community services projects and to the Housing Development Corporation for the construction of affordable housing. Tuan Yang Terutama Yang di-Pertua Negeri in his address has reiterated on the importance of a strong and stable government in spearheading the nation towards a prosperous, stable nation, especially for the betterment of Sarawak, and this was achieved with Sarawak's GPS unwavering support for the formation of a unity government at the federal level. It is hoped that with the strong mandate and support from GPS, the federal government under YAB Dato' Sri Anwar Ibrahim will honor and resolve all our demands as stated under MS63, IGC report, Sarawak Constitution and Federal Constitution. Through all these demands, it is hoped that federal government will continue to provide more funds and bring in more development to Sarawak, improve our healthcare services and facilities, and excellence provisions on educational facilities and development aside from the elevating the quality of life of Sarawak people. His Excellency also touches on the importance of proper decorum, respect, and good rapport and collaborations among our multi-ethnic society, which becomes a pillar of reference by others. This was very much reflected by the strong commitment shown by all the ahli-ahli yang berhormat for this August House for their active participation in debating on His Excellency's address. The desires and voices of the rakyat, as raised by the ahli-ahli yang berhormat, will be acted upon by the respective ministries and agencies with actions and approaches to be taken to address all issues as addressed. I also want to express my support to Sarawak Craft Council Bill 2023, and I believe Sarawak Craft Council will definitely be able to make big impact on its assistance in overcoming issues and challenges in the craft industry, including promoting, encouraging growth, and preserving and conserving crafts arts for all races in Sarawak. I would also like to record my greatest appreciation to all ahli-ahli yang berhormat who, during the course of their debates, either have commented or raised matters related to my ministry, as well as agencies and departments under my purview or watching brief. I will now proceed with my winding up speech, and I will attempt to respond to issues raised by the Ali Yang Berhormat, Ministry of Public Health, Housing and Local Government Sarawak, MPHLG. Thanks, Mr. Speaker. There are 28 agencies under my charge, namely the Department of Irrigation and Drainage Sarawak, Sewerage Services Department Sarawak, the Housing Development Corporation, the Borneo Development Corporation, Sendirian Berhad, and 24 local authorities including MBKS. In addition to these state departments and agencies, 2 federal departments are under my watching brief. They are the Sarawak State Health Department and the Fire Rescue Department Malaysia Sarawak. We pledge to do our very best and are committed to continuously enhance our service delivery in order to improve the quality of life of the rakyat. Development projects and programs under local authorities. Thanks, Mr. Speaker. For the information of the Ali Yang Berhormat, in 2023, my ministry was allocated 108.577 million under the state funding for the implementation of various projects by 24 local authorities. As 11th of May 2023, 2.508 million ringgit has been disbursed for 209 infrastructure projects such as road and drainage improvements, improvements of waterfronts, upgrading of markets, provisions of street lightings, traffic lights, public toilets, public libraries, town and landscape beautifications, and also rural facilities and amenities. All the projects are at various stages of implementation by the various local authorities. Rural Transformation Projects, RTP. The RTP is one of the most imperative Sarawak government initiatives in developing the rural areas by building public facilities and infrastructure for the rural communities. Under this initiative, the local authorities under my ministry were allocated 127.5 million ringgit in 2022, comprising of 846 projects. To date, 439 projects were completed in 2022. The balance of 407 projects for 2022 are in various stages of implementation by the various local authorities. This month, the Sarawak government has further approved a total of 728 projects to be implemented this year. Project Rakyat. For 2018 to 2022, the Sarawak government has also approved 320 projects under Project Rakyat with a total allocation of 1.89 billion for my ministry. To date, 203 projects have been completed, whereas 117 are at various stages of implementation. This year, another 8 projects have been approved with a total value of 254 million ringgit. These projects are implemented by DID Sarawak, ZKR Sarawak, HDC, and local authorities. Malaysia Road Record Information System, MARIS. Road infrastructures are very important public assets. Regular program of road maintenance is required to keep existing roads in optimal conditions. This year, a total of 297.8 million ringgit has been approved under the MARIS for my ministry to maintain council's road, including road furnitures, road shoulders, roadside drains, etc. in the 24 local authorities areas. As of 30th April 2023, 95.1 million ringgit has been disbursed to the local authorities. BP1. In 2023, a total of 20.7 million ringgit has been allocated to the 26 local authorities in Sarawak to implement 65 minor public amenities, public facilities, and infrastructure projects under BP1 by the Federal Ministry of Local Government Development, KPKT. It is under its various stages of implementations. Community programs. For this year, my ministry has been allocated a grant of 2 million ringgit to implement community programs by local authorities with the objectives to empower the local communities to be more productive, prosperous, and to create a more inclusive society in line with the Sustainable Development Goals, SDG, number 11 of the United Nations, which is for sustainable cities and communities. To date, 7 communities programs have been completed, while the ministry is still evaluating the remaining 171 numbers of programs to be implemented by the local authorities. Waste minimizations. In line with circular economy, my ministry, together with local authorities, education department, and the private sector, will continue our effort to promote recycling activities and competition involving schools. In 2022, a total of 116 schools participated in this program. 73 schools from Southern region and 43 schools from Central region. We have collected a total of 330 tons of recyclable materials through this program. My ministry will continue to organize this program to bring in more schools to participate. Human resources of ministry and local authorities. Human resource is a key to high-performing organization. For my ministry and all local authorities under the ministry, efforts are ongoing to recruit more personnel in the right areas. In order to address the gap in technical staff requirements for the development projects, my ministry has recruited 52 technical staff comprising engineers and assistant engineers, quantity surveyors and assistant quantity surveyors, and assistant landscape architect. These new recruits have been deployed to the ministry and to all district councils. My ministry, together with the Public Service Commission, also continuously strive to ensure the career development of local authorities staff is addressed adequately. This is crucial not only to motivate the deserving and qualified personnel, but it's also important to ensure smooth succession for local authorities. Digitalization of services. On digitalization of local authority services, the ministry has submitted through Sarawak Service Modernization Unit, SSMU, proposal for further digitalization of local authority services to the Rakyat in the RMK12 midterm review. Meanwhile, several digital systems were recently introduced, including building control system for submission and approval of building plans and I-buyback by MBKS to encourage recycling among the community. Strata Management Ordinance 2019. I would like to update this August House on the status of Strata Management Ordinance 2019, SMO 2019. As of 19 May 2023, there are 586 strata developments approved and completed in Sarawak. Of these, 238 developments have entered under the Registry of Land and Survey Department register as having a management corporation, MC, being established under Section 21 of Strata, Subsidiary Titles, Ordinance 2019, SSTO 2019. A total of 74 developments have successfully conducted their first AGM for the establishment of a joint management body, JMB, to manage and maintain their strata development. All these 74 JMB has been registered with the Commissioner of Building, COB, under Section 18(2), SMO 2019. The remaining 274 strata development are still in the process of submitting the Strata Subdivision Plan, SSP, as required under Section 7, SMO 2019, before they can call for their first AGM of the JMB. In view of the numerous requests for extension of time to call for the first AGM of the JMB, I would like to announce that all the remaining strata developments have until 31st December 2023 to call for the first AGM of the JMB. The COB will thereafter start to issue compound with effect from 1st January 2024 to any developers, strata developments which fail to set up the JMB. My ministry will closely monitor this process. Issue raised by Ali Yang Bomat, electric scooter. For the information of Ali Yang Bomat for Tupong, my ministry, through Economic Planning Unit Sarawak, EPU, has received an application from Bing Mobility Malaysia for the creation of an alternative mode of transportation for the public in Kuching. A further engagement and discussion will be effected with Bing Mobility Malaysia pertaining to the guidelines and safety measures for the operation, including addressing the issues on licensing and permits involving JPJ and the local council in the next few months. Taman Rekreasi Sebang Koi. For the information of Ali Yang Berhad for report, the Serikaya District Council has implemented a project to upgrade Sebang Koi Recreational Park, known as Sebang Koi Forest Park. In 2022, we made allocation of 100,000 through the Ministry of Finance special allocation for the implementation of project Jaminan Makanan Pelancongan serta Pemeliharaan dan Pemeliharaan Alam Sekitar initiatives. In addition, the initiative to upgrade Sebang Koi Resort in Taman Rimban Sebang Koi has been planned to be implemented in RNK12 with an estimated cost of 500,000 ringgit. Road and drainage system. For the information Ali Yang Berhad for Balingian, only Jalan Kampung Lintang, Jalan Kampung Tutus Hilal, Jalan Kampung Sungai Alor, Jalan Kampung Ragai, Jalan Kampung Kuala Balingian, Jalan SBS Sungai Alor roads are under the maintenance of Darat and Muka District Council. As for Jalan SBS Sungai Alor, part of the earth drain has been upgraded to concrete drain using the allocations of the project Mesra Raya, while another part is being upgraded using the allocation of RNK12 and is expected to complete in July 2023. The standard village road width allowed for maintenance under the Maris funding are those between 2.44 meters to 4.27 meters. Drainage system upgrading works will be carried out in stages depending on the amount of Maris approval allocation received by the Council. For the information for Ali Yang Berhad for Teliang, Darat and Muka District Council does have a plan to upgrade and widen all the kampung roads under her jurisdiction. However, this upgrading work is subject to the availability of funds. For the information of Ali Yang Berhad for Machang, Kanawit District Council has discussed an engagement with the developers on the 2nd of May 2023 on this issue. The developer, through their contractor, will carry out the road cleaning and road repair between now until the project completion before the overall upgrading work is carried out. Kanawit District Council will continuously monitoring and will take action on any overloading or heavy vehicle that uses the road at Kampung Muhibah as SMK Kanawit area. For the information Ali Yang Berhad for client, in order to ensure that the feeder roads under jurisdiction of Sarawak District Council is in good condition, maintenance work will carry out from time to time. For roads at Jalan Kawan Darjau and Jalan Ulu Gerenjan, maintenance work will carry out in 2021, while for Jalan Sungai Jiran and Jalan Rumah Macap and Jalan Rumah Chengi, the road was maintained in 2022. Fisherman Park. For the information of Ali Yang Berhad for Batu Kitang, the project proposed for Persatuan Nelayan Darat Tourism at Kampung Payam Mebi, Kuching is currently in the process of appointment of consultant. Rental fees for utilities. For the information of Ali Yang Berhad for Meradong, my ministry is in the midst of finalizing the SOP and guidelines with regards to the well leaves and minimum permit charges to be imposed to utility companies, agencies, and service providers. During the engagement with MCMC and all the states in Malaysia in October 2022, it was found that Sarawak is the only state in Malaysia that did not charge for the permit or license fees for these utilities, especially on telecommunication utilities. Currently, local council in Sarawak only impose minimum processing fees of 50 ringgit per application on well leave for utilities approval. The new processing fee for well leave application has been approved in MMKN dated 25th August 2022 and will be enforced on the 6th of June 2023. Under the new fee structure for the well leaves, a security deposit of 17,000 ringgit per agency yearly is required to be paid by the service providers. This security deposit is used as a guarantee by the agency or service provider that the rectification works or reinstatement works affected by the laying of utility cables or facilities are reinstated properly. A penalty of 25% will be imposed on the agency or service provider if reinstatement works are not carried out satisfactorily and shall be deducted from the security deposit. New Muka Integrated Market Supporting Facilities Project. For the information on Ali Yang Berhad for Teliang, the proposed New Muka Integrated Market and Supporting Facility projects have been approved under Rajan Delta Development Agency, RADA, and is currently in the process of appointment of consultant. Street lighting, solar. For the information on Ali Yang Berhad for Serembu, the Bau District Council will install 5 units of solar street lighting each at Kampong Tringgers, Kampong Segar, Jalan Simpang Kuda, Kampong Peninjau Baru, Kampong Kamang Krongkong, Tokong Sui Guat Kung Siniawan, Kampong Kandis Baru, and Jalan Skiak Simpang Kuda. This project will commence this year and is estimated to cost 312,500 ringgit. Civil traffic wardens. For the information on Ali Yang Berhad for Bukit Asek, the appointment of 10 traffic wardens for Cebu Municipal Council, SMC, is still pending gazettement. The ministry is also in the midst of seeking further authority from Ministry of Transport Malaysia for the delegation of full set of powers similar to those that are accorded to DBKU traffic wardens. Machang Waterfront. For the information on Ali Yang Berhad for Machang, the consultant on waterfront Pekan Machang with an approved allocation of 3 million ringgit is already appointed and now at early design stage. Kanawit District Council Office. For the information on Ali Yang Berhad for Machang, the upgrading of Kanawit District Council Office is an approved project under RNK12 with an allocation of 2.5 million ringgit. It is expected to commence this year. Housing. Thanks, Speaker. I will now deliberate on the subject matter of housing. For the information on Ali Yang Berhad, housing is under the concurrent list of the federal constitutions, the funding of which is both from the federal government and the Sarawak government. Sarawak government funded project. Under RNK12, 862 units of affordable housing and Rumah Spectra Permata, RSP, undertaken by Housing Development Corporation HDC, have been completed, consisting of 504 units of Darul Hana 1A and 2A, 122 units of RSP Bunga Rampai, 110 units RSP Kemuyang, 26 units RSP SPK Lundu, 25 units RSP SPK Sematang, 10 units RSP SPK Lingga, 22 units RSP Ingan, 20 units RSP SPK Tiang, 3 units in Kampong Datuk Baru, and 20 units RSP SPK Majeling. 5 RMK12 projects are currently ongoing. These involve the construction of 468 units of affordable housing in Kuching, Petang, Mili, and Limbang. In addition, HDC plans to implement 1,298 units of affordable housing in Sarawak for the next 2 years, costing 192.08 million ringgit. Federal government funded project. As previously reported in this August House in November 2022, the only ongoing federal funded project is at PPR Seduan, comprising of 461 single-story terrace houses, which is scheduled to complete in August 2023. For the information on this August House, this project is directly implemented by KPKT Malaysia. My ministry has also submitted 6 additional PPR sites on 21st February 2023 for considerations of the federal government and pending its approval. This particular request has been reiterated in my recent visit to KPKT Malaysia. Thanks, Speaker. Sarawak Rental Assistance Schemes, SRAS. Sarawak Rental Assistance Scheme, SRAS, was introduced in 2021 with an allocation of 48 million ringgit to assist low-income groups in mitigating the cost of living in major towns such as Kuching, Cebu, Bintulu, and Miri. To date, the SRAS Selection Committee has approved 1,786 applications from Kuching, Miri, Cebu, and Bintulu, involving the locked amount of 10 million. For the information of Ali Yang Berhormat in this August House, government will ensure that those in need will be assisted. Along with that vision, to expand the assistance, the ministry has reviewed and improved the eligibility criteria for SRAS. The improvement is that the young working citizens who are single, aged 18 and above, with monthly income of 2,500 and below are now eligible to enjoy this assistance. Application for SRAS can be made through HDC, Housing Deposit and Repayment Assistance Scheme, SRAS. The Sarawak government in 2021 has introduced Housing Deposit Assistance Scheme, HDAS initiative, which was further enhanced in October 2022 and renamed as Housing Deposit and Repayment Assistance Scheme, SRAS. This initiative provides financial assistance of 10% of the purchase price or 10,000 ringgit, whichever is lower, to the eligible applicants. This house upfront deposit payment is for the first-time home ownership under the housing scheme sanctioned by Sarawak government. Any home buyer who is approved with 100% financing from financial institution is also eligible for repayment assistance schemes of 200 ringgit per month up to 48 months. For this initiative, 10 million ringgit has been allocated in 2022 and in additional 40 million ringgit in 2023 to Mutiara Mortgage and Credit Sendirian Berhad, in short, Mutiara, will benefit about 5,000 home buyers. To date, Mutiara has received 713 applications, of which 601 applications have been approved, amounting to 5 million ringgit. Long House Loan Scheme. Thanks, Mr. Speaker. I would like to inform the August House since 1978 until 2023, the Long House Loan Scheme in Sarawak have benefited 1,048 long houses comprising 23,038 doors. This involved an allocation of 431.28 million ringgit, consisting of 231.28 million from federal government and 200 million from Sarawak government. As the funding by federal government is very limited, the additional funding from Sarawak government has been introduced annually since 2020 by allocating 50 million ringgit per year for long houses to expedite the transformation of living environments in rural areas and to reduce the long waiting list or long house loan application throughout Sarawak due to overwhelming application received. To date, under the Sarawak government funding, a total of 139.08 million ringgit has been disbursed, which benefiting 216 long houses consisting of 4,688 doors. In 2023, 63 long houses consisting of 1,299 doors have been approved and pending disbursement. Currently, there are 261 long houses consisting of 5,150 doors in the waiting list. Mutiara Mortgage and Credit Sendirian Berhad. To address the end financing problem affecting low-income group B40 and middle-income group M40 home buyers, the Sarawak government through Mutiara has approved 1,382 applications involving financial allocation of 83 million ringgit. To date, out of this approved application, a total of 50 million ringgit has been disbursed to 1,003 house buyers at an annual interest of 1% for B40 and 3% for M40. Issue raised by Ali Yang Berhormat, Rumah Spectra Permata. For the information of Ali Yang Berhormat for Balingiang, HDC will implement 22 units of RSP to replace the implementation of Rumah Mesyuarat SPK Balingiang Baru Phase 1, RGC Balingiang. The implementation of RSP at SPK Balingiang Baru Phase 1 has been approved under RMK 12 with a ceiling allocation of 7.8 million. However, the ceiling allocation is not sufficient for the development of proposed 22 units of RSP at SPK Balingian Baru Phase 1. HDC has requested new allocation amounting to 9.8 million and has been approved on March this year. The tender document for building and infrastructure work is ready for tender. Tender advertisement will be published end of this month. For the information of Ali Yang Bom for Serembu, the development of any affordable housing is subject to the availability of suitable land. My ministry through HDC has no plan to implement affordable housing in Serembu constituency due to unavailability of HDC land in the area. However, Ali Yang Bomat for Serembu can request to Land and Survey Department to implement program Scheme Penempatan Semula SPS or Scheme Pembesaran Kampung SPK, in which under the program of RSP, affordable housing can be built on SPS or SPK residential lot. For information on Ali Yang Bomat for Lingga and Tanjung Datuk, RSP affordable housing program implemented by HDC on SPK and SPS residential lots is only applicable to those applicants under the eligibility criteria as approved by Land and Survey. Any single individual aged 30 years and above with dependents will be considered to own Rumah Mampu Milik by HDC in any of the housing program, excluding RSP, SPK, and SPS. For the information on Ali Yang Bomat for Tanjung Datuk, RSP affordable housing selling price are ranging from 90,000 ringgit to 160,000 ringgit per unit to suit the affordability of the low income group. In addition, successful applicants can enjoy either financial assistance such as low interest rate of 1% for B40 and 3% for N40 offered by Mutiara and Sarawak Housing Deposit Repayment Assistance Scheme extras amounting to 10,000 ringgit. For the information, Ali Yang Bomat for Beting Maro, planning application for the redevelopment of RPR Pusat Phase 1 involving 30 units of RSP was submitted to Land and Survey Department Betong Division on 3rd April 2023 for approval. Abandoned housing projects. Thanks, Speaker. On the issue of delayed abandoned housing project raised by Ali Yang Bomat for Padungan, I wish to inform this August House that Sarawak government is always concerned about the right and interest of house purchasers affected by such delay or abandoned housing projects. For the information of this August House, before the Minister of Housing exercises his power under Section 27 of Development Control and Licensing Ordinance 2013, Chapter 69, he must consider the number of factors such as financial obligation, legal implications, as well as status of the land and other encumbrances. For the information on Ali Yang Bomat for Padungan, my ministry has been monitoring the progress of Taman Sri Kenyalang. The project is 90% completed pending the completion of infrastructure for issuance of road certificates and occupation permit. As such, at the advice of the Controller of Housing, no ministerial intervention under Section 27 of the ordinance is required. Long House Long Scheme. For the information of Ali Yang Bomat for Inkilili, the application for Long House Long shall be submitted to HDC complete with necessary documentation for processing. This application will then be submitted to the Selection Committee for consideration and approval, which is subjected to availability of funds. As 3rd March 2023, there are 4 long houses consisting of 53 doors from Dung and Kilili, which has been approved by the Long House Selection Committee. As previously reported by me, there are also 261 long houses consisting of 5,150 doors still in the waiting list, and I believe this includes the application from Tuan Rumah Ensuding, Tisak, Lidong. Department of Irrigation and Drainage Sarawak, DID Sarawak. Thanks, Speaker. DID is a Sarawak government agency. However, the development projects are funded by both federal and Sarawak government under the concurrent list of the Federal Constitution. In March 2023, the federal government has officially recognized the Department of the DID Sarawak and JKR Sarawak as the technical department in Malaysia in accordance with AP 182. With such recognition, DID Sarawak has been given the authority to administer federal development projects worth up to 50 million ringgit, state-funded projects, urban drainage and flood mitigation program. For the information of ahli-ahli yang berada in this August House, in our effort to alleviate flooding problems, Sarawak government has allocated 17.868 million in 2023 for the implementation of numerous urban drainage and flood mitigation projects. Urban drainage. There are 3 urban drainage improvement projects and 1 hydrographic survey works. The drainage improvement works at Kampung Zeria Sibu, Phase 2, was completed in August 2022. 2 other approved drainage improvement works, which are in Kubon, Limbang, and Taman Desa Imu, Kota Samran, are currently in the design stage and planning stage, respectively. Flood mitigation. There are 5 flood mitigation projects, namely Rancangan Tebatang Banjiu, RTB, Sibu, Phase 4, RTB Bintulu, Phase 2, RTB Miri, Phase 2, RTB Sungai Semarin, as well as drainage improvement works at Jalan Dato' Amakalong Ningkan and Jalan Dato' Tawis Sri, all of which are under detailed designs. RTP. In 2023, the department has been allocated with 75.967 million for the implementation of 456 RTP projects in various divisions. These projects are currently under the planning stage. Sarawak Government Alternative Funding Initiatives. Tang Sri Speaker, Sri Aman Development Authority, SADA. For the information of ahli-ahli yang berhormat, the Sarawak government has allocated 68 million for 10 flood mitigation and drainage projects in Sri Aman division under SADA. All the 10 projects are in various stages of implementation, 4 of which are under flood mitigation for Ke-7 area, are expected to commence fiscally in June 2023. Integrated Regional Samarahan Development Agency, ISDA. ISDA was formed to focus on the development of infrastructure, human talents, and smart agriculture in Samarahan Division. I'm happy to inform this August House that Yang Amat Berhormat Premier of Sarawak has approved a ceiling of 24.806 million for the department to implement 4 projects under the scope of flood mitigation, drainage improvement, and master plan studies in the area. Drainage improvement work at SK Muara Tuan, Samarahan is in completion stage, pending for CPC recommendation by consultant. As for flood mitigation work for Taman Samarinda, Samarahan is still in design stage. The other 2 drainage master plan study for Samarahan, Simujang, and Gedong are all in finalizing stage. Federal funded projects, hydrology and water resources. Tang Sri Speaker, for a sustainable water resource planning in Sarawak, the department is continuing to expand hydrological network to carry out water balance study and to establish flood forecasting and warning system. Under the National Hydrological Network Program, the department will set up 12 new hydrological stations and upgrade 76 existing hydrological stations throughout Sarawak at the cost of 9.1 million. The project is expected to complete in June 2023. On the approved installation of flood forecasting and warning system at Sungai Sarawak and Petang Rejang, with a total project cost of 34.2 million ringgit, I would like to update this August House that DID Malaysia in Kuala Lumpur will be calling for tender by 3rd quarter of this year. Flood mitigations. For the information of ahli-ahli yang berhormat, federal government has allocated 14.698 million in 2023 for 5 flood mitigation projects. Out of these 5 projects, 2 are currently under design stage, 1 at the tender stage, and the other 2, namely RTB Sibu Fasa 3, with a project cost of 84 million ringgit, has achieved physical progress on 95% and scheduled for completion by 3rd quarter of this year. As for RTB Sungai Stakang Kuching, is now under construction stage and expected to complete by first quarter of next year. On the update of Perang Induk Salilang Mesra Alang PISMA studies, I'd like to inform this August House that the PISMA Limbang was completed in December 2022. The study for PISMA Sri Amang and Lawas are expected to complete by end of this year. Issues raised by Ali Yamomat. Technical Agency. For the information of Ali Yamat for Daro, DID Sarawak is officially formed in 1967. Since then, the department is actively carrying out restructuring exercise with the first major restructuring endeavor in 2019. This restructuring exercise is necessary due to increasing number of development projects, especially in the rural areas. For the information of Ali Yamat for Daro, there are 5 civil engineers and 24 assistant engineers stationed in DID Muka Division. Out of these, 3 civil engineers and 3 assistant engineers are tasked to oversee the planning and implementation of projects for Daro. On top of that, there are 6 pembantu kemahiran stationed in Daro to supervise the projects. The department is planning to create a DID district office in Daro and adding officers to man the projects there. Nanga Singgat and Sungai Lengan. For the information of Aliyah Board for Daro, Kementerian Kemajuan Desa dan Wilayah KKDW has appointed DID Sarawak as the implementing agency for project Membina Jalan Rumah Jingga, David Mutifan, Rumah Seli, Rumah Guang, SK Singgat, Sungai Lengan, Sibu Sarawak, amounting to 70 million ringgit under RMK 11 Rolling Plan 4. The design and tender documentation for this project has been completed. However, the department was instructed by KKDW to postpone the procurement of this project until further notice. For the information Ali Yambak from Machang, under RMK 11 Rolling Plan 4, 40 million ringgit has been approved for project Jalan Menaruan, Sungai Poi, Kanawit, Bahagian Sibu, Sarawak under Fasa 3 with the project scope of 5.3 kilometers length, JKR R3 road, and 1 concrete bridge. However, during the initial design stage, this allocation is found to be insufficient to cover the whole scopes. A design review, even with the reduced scope of 3.63 kilometer length JKR R1 road, an additional 6.1 million is needed to complete the project. The department has submitted this additional project ceiling, increased the ministry, but pending approval. The remaining alignment connecting to Rumah site, Rumah Linda, SK Ulu Point, Rumah Gani, until Rumah Taran has been put out under RMK 12 Rolling Plan 4. Flash flood. For the information of Ali Yamo in this August house, during the Landa season from November to March, natural phenomena of river flooding occurred due to widespread and prolonged heavy rainfalls causing river banks to overflow and existing drainage system could not cope. Department of Irrigation and Drainage Sarawak, DID Sarawak, through its Pusat Ramalan dan Amaran Banjir, recorded 70 localized areas in major urban areas in Sarawak that are currently suffering from annual recurring flash flooding with flood depth ranging from 0.3 meter to 1.2 meter. At this point of time, when the entire world is experiencing a devastating impact of climate change and extreme weather conditions, is indeed very timely and appropriate. As everyone in this August house knows, experiencers can even feel and see with our naked eyes, the climate change is already happening here, and it is here to stay, as can be seen by many significant telltale signs, such as the increase in global average surface temperatures by 0.6 degrees since 1900, rise in sea level by about 1 centimeter per decade, but precipitation has increased, particularly as intense rainfall leading to more frequent and severe floodings. El Nino events have become more common and more intense, and the recent unexpected floods that are experiencing currently. For the information of ahli yang berhak for Patungan regarding the implementation of the project Pembangunan Lembangan Sungai Bersepadu PLSB Sungai Sarawak was delayed due to various factors in DID Malaysia, including changes to the procurement method from direct negotiation to open tender by the federal government. To date, out of the 150 million allocated, DID Sarawak only received 6.9 million for land acquisitions. The 150 million allocation is claimed by ahli yang berhormat for Patungan to be dealt. All this while were in fact never received by DID Sarawak. During my recent working visit to Yang Berhormat Tuan Nik Nasmi bin Nik Ahmad, Minister for Natural Resources, Environment and Climate Change Malaysia, he explained and graciously apologized for the various federal changes in the procurement process, which resulted in a delay on the PLSB implementation. He promised to bring the notice of change to the Minister of Economy in their federal cabinet meeting. For the information of ahli yang berhormat for Patungan, the drainage improvement works at Taman Durian Burong is included under the PLSB Sungai Sarawak project under the component of proposed flood mitigation work at federal quarters. As for the drainage improvement work at Taman Happy Valley, the proposal has been submitted for funding to the federal government under RMK-12 Rolling Plan 4 and also to the Sarawak government under RMK-12 Midterm Review. For the information of ahli yang berhormat for Bawang Asam and Bukit Asset, RTB Sibu is based on the Urban Drainage Master Plan study for Sibu Town 1998. The first two phases has been successfully completed and full operation since 2012. Currently, phase 3 of the RTB Sibu with a project cost of 84 million has achieved physical progress of 95% and is scheduled for completion by third quarter of this year. In view of the urgency to mitigate flooding and to provide a conducive and safe living condition for the Sibu people, the Sarawak government has approved the phase 4 of RTB Sibu costing 120 million ringgit. The project is currently detailed design stage before tender. RTB Sibu phase 5 shall be implemented to complete the loop of flood mitigation bank link as identified in the master plan. The department has submitted this proposal of 469 million ringgit for approval of federal government under RNK-12 Rolling Plan 4. For the information ahli yang berhormat for Tanjung Batu, in 2018, BDA appointed a consultant to carry out the stormwater management and urban drainage master plan study for Bintulu town, with the objective of formulating comprehensive solutions to flooding problems in the town and recommend short-term to long-term drainage improvement works. The study identified that the flash flood in Bintulu is mainly due to inadequate or undersized drainage as well as heavy rainfalls occurring concurrently with king tide. The study recommends the solution for flash flood issues in Bintulu through short-term, intermediate, and long-term plans with an estimated cost of 514 million ringgit. The realization of these short-term, immediate, and long-term plans will be a collaboration efforts between DID Sarawak and BDA. RTB Bintulu Fasa 2, with a scheme value of 250 million ringgit, was approved with RNK-12 ceiling of 4.8 million to DID Sarawak. It comprises of RTB Taman Jason, RTB Sekolah Jenis Kebangsaan Sivil Chinese, RTB Traffic Police Station, and dredging of Sungai Sibil. The detailed design is expected to be completed by middle of 2023. Its physical implementation will only be carried out upon successful relocation of the squatters under the river bank of Sungai Sibil. DID Sarawak has been appointed as an implementing agency for Project Hasbanju Bintulu with an allocation of 58 million ringgit under RNK-12 for the implementation of 12 projects. Out of these, 10 projects have been completed and the remaining 2 projects that are RTB di Sungai Sepagang, Bintulu, RTB Kampung Asar Kiring, are in various stages of implementation. Sewage Services Department Sarawak, Urban Sewage. Thanks, Speaker. SSD Sarawak is another one of our agency which is implementing projects funded by both the Sarawak government and the federal government under the concurrent list. I will now update the various sewage projects in Sarawak which are undertaken by the department. Centralized sewage system. Thanks, Speaker. The implementation of Phase 1 of the Miri Centralized Sewage System with a scheme value of 428 million ringgit has commenced on the 30th of March 2017. The work is divided into two packages. Package A involves the installation of private sewage network and property connections. Package B involves the construction of a centralized sewage treatment plant with a 50,000 population equivalent sewage treatment process module. Package B has been fully completed in November 2020. However, the completion of Package A is delayed due to severe unfavorable underground soil conditions encountered at a depth of about 15 meters for a stretch of about 50 meters of trunk sewage near to Sungai Miri, crossing at Tudang area. The department has intended to implement temporary solutions to commission the system, but has to abandon it due to worsening conditions on site. The department is now working on permanent solution by realigning the sewage away from the failed section. The length of the proposed realignment is 193 meters. The department targets to complete the permanent solution and to commence the property connection within the next 9 months. In 2022, the federal government has also approved and allocated funds to commence Miri Central Sewage System Phase 2 with a scheme value of 450 million ringgit. This Phase 2 will further increase the coverage of centralized sewage system in Miri. The department has finalized its procurement of the design consultancy services. Physical work is scheduled to commence by the 4th quarter of 2024. Kuching Centralized Sewage System Package 2, costing 750 million ringgit, has commenced on 15 September 2017. It covers Kampung Kitak, part of Jalan Matang, Jalan Tung Abdul Rahman Yaakob, and Padungang areas. The scheduled completion date is 20th July 2024. To date, the project has achieved 74% completion. The contractor has implemented a cash-out plan and managed to reduce the delay caused by the general shortage of manpower and exceptionally hard underground rock layers. Currently, the delay is about 5%. The project is now targeted to be completed in the 3rd quarter of 2024. Kuching Centralized Sewage System Package 3 is another federal government-funded project which has an approved scheme value of 382 million ringgit. But the value assessment lab conducted by the federal EPU for this project has been completed. The project is now in the procurement stage. Physical work is expected to commence in 2024. Thanks, Speaker. Under the RMK11, the federal government has approved a total of 60 million to build 4 additional septic sludge treatment plants in Sarawak to serve the town of Petang, Serikei, Kapi, and Limbang. The design and tender documentation for all these 4 plants has been completed. Unfortunately, these 4 projects were put on hold by the federal government in 2018. The federal government has reactivated the Serikei and Petang project this year. Tender for these 2 projects will be called soon, and physical work is expected to start within the 4th quarter of this year. The department has applied again under the Rolling Plan 4 for 2024 for the remaining 2 projects to be reactivated. The department is continuously communicating with Federal Ministry of Natural Resources, Environment and Climate Change on this. Once completed and commissioned, this facility will improve the treatment efficiency of individual septic tank and the small package plant in our smaller towns. This will lessen the discharge of pollutant load to our streams and rivers. Sarawak State Health Department, Health Services. Thanks, Speaker. I will now proceed to update on health services provided by Sarawak Health Department, one of the federal departments under my watching brief. As of 26 April 2023, Sarawak Health Department has received 1.278 billion of operational funds and 208.87 million of development funds from the Federal Ministry of Health Malaysia to be used for operational expenses, human capital developments, minor upgradings, as well as repair on health facilities, hospital, clinic support services, as well as medical equipment procurement. As of 31st of March 2023, there are 26,537 government healthcare personnel, including 2,932 on contract basis, serving in Sarawak against 27,463 approved posts. Development projects. As at 25th April 2023, the overall physical progress of Putrajaya Hospital is 55.62% and is now scheduled to complete in November 2024. As at 25th April 2023, the physical progress of the construction of additional block in Miri Hospital is 58.25% and is now scheduled to complete in April 2024. For the new Lawa Hospital, as at 25th April 2023, the physical progress is 25.9% and is now scheduled to complete in December 2024. I am pleased to update this August House that the operation of the physically completed Nangga Gemalia Health Clinic, Selike, is subjected to completion of the rectification work. Bandaraya Miri Health Clinic was physically completed in December 2022. It is currently in the process of obtaining approval for the passenger lift from the Department of Occupational Safety and Health. Sibulan Health Clinic is now expected to complete next month. As at 25th April 2023, the physical progress is 94.92%. Few hospitals. Sarawak government is contributing 6.1 million towards the building of an 88-bed field hospital at Sarawak General Hospital and a 100-bed field hospital at Miri Hospital. These field hospitals shall be utilized to accommodate COVID-19 patients and thereafter. In the future, these facilities can be expanded and utilized as infectious disease ward or day care center. The construction of field hospital at Miri Hospital has commenced since November 2022. As at 25th April 2023, the overall physical progress of field hospital at Miri is 55% and is now scheduled to complete in August 2023. Field hospital at Sarawak General Hospital is currently under the tender process. COVID-19 and COVID-19 vaccination program. I wish to update this August House on the current situation of COVID-19 pandemic in Sarawak. As of 13 May 2023, a total of 326,012 COVID-19 cases with 1,792 deaths due to COVID-19 were reported in Sarawak since the first reported cases on 13 March 2020. The disease is generally showing a declining trend, and the state's economic activities have also returned to normal norms. This year, 2,411 cases were reported from Epic Week 1 until Epic Week 19, 2023, which ended on 13 May 2023, as compared to 53,623 cases reported during the same period last year. However, the disease is showing an increasing trend in the recent 4 weeks. The Federal Ministry of Health has also announced the existence of a new subvariant of COVID-19, which is Arcturus, or known as XBB 1.16, a subvariant or Omicron variant. A total of 6 Arcturus cases have been detected in Sarawak. Until 13 May 2023, there were a total of 9 deaths caused by COVID-19 this year, resulting in a mortality rate of 0.31 per 100,000 populations, compared to 167 deaths and mortality rate of 5.41 per 100,000 populations reported in 2022. The utilization rate of intensive care for COVID-19 cases has exhibited a downward trend when compared to the previous year, with the utilization rate of 1.67 from epic week 14 to epic week 17 this year. However, there was a slight increase in epic week 18 to 2.86% and epic week 19 to 3.33%. The high awareness on the importance of public health measures, as well as high acceptance of vaccines among the people of Sarawak, have contributed to and helped control the situation of the spread of COVID-19 infection in Sarawak. As of 13th of May 2023, 2,433,859 people, or about 86.2% of Sarawak population, have been fully vaccinated with 2 doses. This comprises of 908,191 people aged 18 and above, 265,318 people aged between 12 to 17, 260,350 people aged between 5 to 11. Sarawak has administered the first booster dose to 1,593,751 people out of 2,433,859 who had completed their primary dose of COVID-19 vaccine, which is 65.48%. As of 13 May 2023, 100,952 eligible population have received the second booster dose. It is vital that the public continue to practice personal hygiene, wear masks in crowded areas, and take booster doses of COVID-19 vaccination, as the virus may still continue to mutate and spread in the community. In addition, Sarawakians are encouraged to continue the spirit of solidarity during COVID-19 pandemic, including practicing threes, which is test, report, isolate, inform, and seek in case of experiencing symptoms or infection of COVID-19. Public is encouraged to visit private or public medical facility for assessment of suitability for oral antiviral drugs, Paxlovid, as early as possible if positive, as the drug is most effective if taken within 3 days of positive. We must remain vigilant and continue our effort to combat COVID-19 pandemic. Rabies. Thanks, Speaker. I will also provide an update on the situation of rabies in Sarawak. Since 1st July 2017 until 13 May 2023, Sarawak Health Department has received a staggering total of 79,452 animal bite reports. Out of these cases, 30,110 were classified as high risk and have been vaccinated accordingly. This year alone, a total of 4,807 animal bites were reported with an average of 253 cases per week, of 36 cases per day. The number of human rabies cases is alarming. There have been 66 cases of human rabies, with 11 cases reported in 2023 until 13th of May alone, compared with 14 cases in the whole of 2022, 10 cases in the whole of 2021. There are only 7 survivors, including 2 in 2023, from the human rabies. We recognize the gravity of these situations and are doing everything in our power to curb the spread of this disease, this deadly disease. Currently, there are 31 post-bite clinics with anti-rabies vaccines set out to deal with this situation. We have also conducted continuous awareness talk and distributed brochures to the community to empower them with knowledge of prevention and control the spread of rabies. I would like to emphasize that Sarawak can be declared rabies-free if we can remain free of animals end human rabies for a period of at least 2 consecutive years. I would like to remind Ali Yang Mohamad that the WHO has set a target of eliminating rabies globally by the year 2030. We are committed to achieving this goal and will continue our efforts to eradicate rabies in Sarawak. It is our collective responsibility to work together toward achieving this goal. Dengue. Malaysia is experiencing nationwide increase in number of dengue cases, with Sarawak ranking number 11 out of 13 lowest in the country. As of 13 May 2023, 267 dengue cases were reported in Sarawak compared to 207 cases over the same period in 2020, an increase of 29%. Sarawak Health Department will continue to work closely with other non-health agencies in Sarawak to further reduce and prevention of dengue cases. Issue raised by Ali Yang Mohamad, specialist doctor. For the information of Ali Yang Mohamad for Darul, the provision of residential specialized care for Darul Hospital is in the strategic planning of the department. As to that, Darul Hospital is a non-specialized hospital, hence no specialist port is allocated there. Once the bed occupancy rate and workload for the related specialist services have increased, the department will consider allocating permanent specialists in Darul Hospital. In the meantime, Darul Hospital is receiving visiting specialists from Cebu Hospital on a regular basis to provide specialist care to patients. This is in line with the implementation of Central Cluster Hospital Sarawak. For the information of Ali Yang Mohamad for Kelakar, the department has submitted a proposal to upgrade the facilities for Sarawak Hospital via RNK 13 and BP6. Under BP6 allocation in 2023, Sarawak Hospital received 445,000 ringgit for upgrading work pertaining to a fire safety system and related works, as well as 60,000 ringgit for upgrading dietary and serving units. For the information of Ali Yang Mohamad for Kelakar, the provision of resident specialized care for Sarawak Hospital in the strategic planning of the department. Once the bed occupancy rate (BOR) and workload of obstetrics and gynecology has increased, the department will consider allocating a permanent ONG specialist in Sarawak Hospital. To that, the average BOR for ONG Sarawak Hospital for January to March 2023 is 2.6%. In the meantime, Sarawak Hospital receiving visiting specialists from Sri Hospital on a regular basis to provide specialized care to patients. This is in line with the implementation of Eastern Cluster Hospital Sarawak. Health clinics. For the information of Ali Yang Mohamad for Darul Health Clinic has an approved project ceiling of 35 million ringgit under RMK 11. Phase 2 of the project involving the construction of Type 4 Health Clinic is currently at the design stage. At the moment, JKR Malaysia is in the process of converting the design drawing into building information modeling system after they received comments and approval from the Fire and Rescue Department Malaysia headquarters Putrajaya. The Public Works Department Sarawak will call the tender once the design has been finalized. For the information of Ali Yang Mohamad for Bukit Semuja, the department's main priority is to provide health services for tribal communities. Hence, the immediate solution to this matter is by renting short lot. In future, a new Type 5 clinic will be proposed under RMK 14. A land has been acquired for this since 1982. As for the Tebakan Health Clinic, this facility will undergo repairing work this year. The project has been granted under Clinic Daif budget earlier this year with an amount of 700,000 ringgit. For the information on Yang Mohamad for Balingian, the proposed repair work for Kampung Teh Health Clinic, Kuala Balingian Health Clinic, Balingian Health Clinic, and Sesok Health Clinic in Dum Balingian have been submitted to Federal Ministry of Health in January 2023 with a total estimate of 1.65 million ringgit. The proposed scope include repair to building, roof, gutter, walls, plumbing, and internal wiring. The department has been undertaking minor repairs and upgrading work for these 4 clinics in the last 5 years. Further improvement were made through the expansion of support services such as development of a laboratory unit in 2018, and 1 assistant pharmacy was stationed at the Ballingan Health Clinic in 2021. As for Ballingan Health Clinic's quarters, the repair works to staff quarters were completed under the annual minor repairs fund in 2018. For the information Ali Yang Berhormat for Taming, as of May 2023, the workforce Serangau Health Clinic has been increased to 1 family medical specialist, 6 medical officers who can handle up to 180 patients per day. Currently, the average attendance is 100 patients per day. Sarawak Health Department will continue to monitor the workload to ensure health units, the health needs in the area are met. As for hemodialysis units at Selangor Health Clinic, the current physical progress is at 76.13% and is expected to be completed by end of this year. For information, Ali Yang for Teliang, currently Muka Hospital has 11 MO, 51 staff nurses, and 26 community nurses. From January to March 2023, the hospital has an average BOR of 27.42%. Therefore, the workforce is sufficient at the moment. The Federal Ministry of Health has planned to upgrade the status of Muka Hospital from a non-specialist to a minor specialist hospital, where more nursing posts will be created with this proposed upgrading. The application to acquire 2 units of ultrasound machine to replace the existing one has been submitted to Federal Ministry of Health for approval. For the information, Ali Yang for Teliang, also, the department has a plan to develop a new Type 2 health clinic in Muka district. A suitable site for the planned clinic has been identified and is currently under the land pre-acquisition stage. For the information, Ali Yang for OPA, the department has proposed a Type 4 health clinic with quarters in Biawak, Lunduk, under RNK 12 Lorry Plan 4. As for Stungo Health Clinic, the current number of referrals for imaging service is low. Hence, there is no immediate plan to expand the imaging service to this clinic. The department will continuously monitor the need for this service. As for the request of new evidence for this clinic, the procurement process is still ongoing at the Federal Ministry of Health. For the information, Ali Yang Berhormat for Balai, the department has continuously looking at health needs in rural areas of Sarawak, including Balai area. Plans are placed to upgrade and improve the facilities via clinic DAI budget to improve the physical structure and medical equipment enhancement tenure project to improve the medical equipment in rural clinics. The department also focuses on human resource distribution and capacity building to ensure the health provision in rural area is not compromised. To improve the capacity of health workforce competency to handle emergency cases and disasters, focus has been put on capacity building and training on management of emergencies and disasters. The department is continuously looking at the need to improve all health facilities, including Barai area. Nanga Guide Health Clinic Solar Hybrid Project worth 2.3 million ringgit has been carried out in 2021 to provide 24 hours electric supply for this clinic. This year, two projects have been approved to be carried out. The 2 projects are maintenance of Entawa Health Clinic facility building worth 100,000 ringgit and repair and upgrade of Nanga Guide Health Clinic quarters worth 200,000 ringgit under 2023 development budget. For the information, Ali Yang Berhormat for Kabong, the department has no plan to build new clinics in Roban and Nyabo. However, this year, Nyabo Health Clinic and the quarters will undergo some repair works. With regards to the proposal by Ali Yang Berhormat for Kabong to build a new block in Kabong Health Clinic to cater for the advisor board office, senior citizen activity centers, and a surround, the department will liaise further on the details with Ali Yang Berhormat for Kabong. the department will carry out a feasibility study to set up a hemodialysis center in Gabon Health Clinic. For the information on Ali Yama for Inkili, the Scrang Health Clinic will undergo repair work this year with an estimated cost of 200,000 ringgit under clinic dive budget. The construction work to replace Scrang Health Clinic quarters, which was affected by Peng-Bonny Highway, is currently ongoing. The physical progress is currently at 95.85%. For the information on Ali Yama for Batimaro, the Federal Ministry of Health aims to optimize the services provided by upgrading existing health clinics according to the current health needs in the area. The department's priority is to provide comprehensive services to the community in phases, including X-ray, laboratory service, visiting specialist service. Therefore, there is no plan to upgrade Pusat and Belading Health Clinic into hospital. This year, Belading Health Clinic will undergo phase 1 expansion of X-ray service with the construction of a new X-ray block costing 200,000 ringgit. Application for phase 2 of the project consisting of asset procurement and creation of posts for radiographer will be submitted this year. The imaging service is expected to be operational by 2025. This service will also benefit the Pusat community. A family medicine specialist has been placed in Pusat Health Clinic since January 2023. The family medicine specialist will visit Belading Health Clinic monthly to cater for the needs of the people in Belading. As for the laboratory services, both Belading and Pusat Health Clinic provide laboratory services which are able to run up to 17 different types of tests. The department will carry out a feasibility study to set a hemodialysis center in Belading and Pusat Health Clinic. Community Clinic. For the information on Ali Yambon for Teliang, the Muka Community Clinic is currently operating in accordance with the September 2022 circular for the management of primary health facilities in the transition to COVID-19 endemic phase. The department will consider reverting back to the original operating hours of 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. if need arises. Hospital. For the information Ali Yambon for Batu Danau, the department is aware of the lack of parking spaces in Liman Hospital at the moment. The department has proposal to upgrade the hospital to major specialist hospital. The number and location of parking lots will be taken into consideration during the planning of the proposed upgrading works. For the information on Ali Yambon from Myanmar, the department does not have a plan to build a new Kanawit hospital. However, in 2023, the hospital has received 200,000 ringgit to replace the existing underground water supply system and 165,000 ringgit to upgrade the PABX system. Fire and Rescue Department Malaysia. Fire Safety Awareness Program. The Fire and Rescue Department Malaysia Sarawak is committed to implement the public education awareness program on fire safety for the communities of Sarawak. In total, the department has carried out 61 public awareness programs involving 12,313 participants for the first quarter of this year. Statistics of emergency call. A total of 3,367 emergency calls comprising of 513, that's 15% calls of fire outbreaks, a total of 2,664, that's 79% rescue calls, 186 calls for special services, and 4 prank calls were received in the first quarter of this year. The department managed to save 520.9 million worth of properties. Fire station in Sarawak. Based on the current Bomba fire risk assessment, many towns in Sarawak will not be eligible for a fire station. We will appeal to the federal government to consider special criteria for Sarawak. In the recent meeting with the Minister for Local Government, KPKT Malaysia, Yang Berhormat Tuan Nga Koming, we had discussed the need to review the criteria for setting up fire stations in rural Sarawak. The current criteria based on population density, number and type of industry, existence or important structures such as government and public building is not suitable and applicable to meet the Sarawak needs. My ministry has tasked the Fire and Rescue Department Malaysia Sarawak to come up with the technical and financial requirements of the new fire station for special consideration from KPKT based on Sarawak unique geographical spread and demographic conditions. The development of these special criteria will contribute significantly to bolstering fire safety measures and improving emergency response capabilities throughout Sarawak. Currently, we only have 39 fire stations, which are well below our needs. Issue raised by Ali Yang Mohamad, volunteer firefighters. For the information, Ali Yang Mohamad for Kabong volunteer firefighter is in the process of registration with registrar of society. Fire station. For the information of Ali Yang Mohamad for Machang, KPKT has approved 11,764.50 11,764 ringgit and 50 cents in 2021 for rectification work of balai bomba and penyelamat kanawit, such as lighting, roofs, floors, and toilets. Meanwhile, for electrical wiring works applications for funding will be submitted to Putrajaya in the fourth quarter of this year. Thanks, Mr. Speaker. This year marks Sarawak Merdeka 60 years. Sarawakian must remain focused and not be distracted by the constant political changing dynamic in West Malaysia. Dulu lawan, kini lawan kawan, nanti lawan lagi. We also don't want DAP Malaysia to keep on coming to apologize to Sarawak, because DAP Sarawak still lawan tetap lawan. Let us focus to negotiate and have meaningful progress with the unity government in the implementation of health autonomy, education autonomy, one-third member of parliament from Sabah, Sarawak, greater share of financial taxation from Sarawak under 112D, and all those outstanding issues listed under MA63 and IGC report, which are officially part of Malaysia Constitution since 2021. Jangan tengok saja. We have once-in-a-lifetime opportunity and responsibility to do it for all Sarawakian and future Sarawakian by all YB members of Parliament Malaysia from Sarawak. For Sarawak, its time is now. To safeguard Sarawak, the last frontier of the spirit, the values, the multiculturalism, the religious and racial harmony, the inclusivity, the sharing, etc., when four countries, Malaysia, Singapore, Sabah, and Sarawak, came together to form a new country, Malaysia. Thanks, Mr. Speaker. We need every Ali Yang Mohamad in this August House and every Sarawakian to help accelerate Sarawak post-COVID-19 development strategy 2030, so that to ensure that by 2030, Sarawak is the most prosperous in Malaysia. The 11.9 billion revenue last year is just the beginning. So that Sarawak by 2030 is the most inclusive for all races, religions, rural, urban, young or old, different sectors, and no such issue like the use of word Allah in Sarawak. And also by 2030, Sarawak is environmentally sustainable. From the jungle of Borneo, we are a champion in SDG and ESG. And by 2030, we are proud Sarawakian and with Sarawak value, and so that the rest of Malaysia can continue to be jealous of us. In conclusion, thanks, Mr. Speaker, before I conclude, I wish to take this opportunity to congratulate and thanks Tuan Speaker for your wisdom in ensuring that the proceeding in this August House were conducted with dignity and proper decorum. I also like to put on record my thanks and appreciation to Yang Mohamad Dato' Ahmad, State Secretary of Sarawak, and all the officers from the various ministries, state and federal departments, as well as government agencies for their hard work and dedication in ensuring the smooth proceedings of this August House. My special thanks also go to our friends from the media who have provided coverage throughout the sitting. Lastly, I would like to take this opportunity to wish all Sarawakians selamat menyambut Hari Gawan Dayak 2023, Gayu Guru, Gerang Yamai. Sekian, terima kasih. Salam Ibu Pertiwiku. Thanks, Mr. Speaker. Thank you.
Ali Yang Mohamad, sitting is now adjourned and the House shall resume its sitting at 9 a.m. tomorrow.